this is a video that we've wanted to do for a while. We got Chuke's Outdoor Adventures and Alaska Ballistics here, finally getting together and doing stuff, and we are going to do 10mm auto versus, what do you got there?
I got a 45 Super. You know, I was kind of poor when I came up here to Alaska, and so I took my Glock 21 that I had with me, and I just converted it to shoot 45 Super. I've got several videos on my channel, Alaskan Ballistics. And so I'm Chuck with Alaskan Ballistics, and I've got several videos on my channel. And we're just going to do kind of a comparison. There's several articles online comparing these two. But 10mm versus 45 Super, which is a better bear gun? We're going to do part one on this channel, on Chuke's channel. We're going to do some chronograph, all right? And then we'll do part two over on my channel, so make sure you check that out.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to do this because I've heard of 38 Super, but when Chuck was telling me he had a 45 Super, I hadn't even heard of it, and then I looked it up, and the ballistics look really good. But Yankee Marshall says, oh, why would I buy a 38 Super? I don't live in Mexico. Supposedly they came up with some of those Supers because they didn't want the general populace to have the same caliber that the military had, and I don't know if that's what they did with the 45 Super too, but it's an interesting round. And yeah, we got some different ammo. I've got the Extreme Penetrator and Extreme Defender, and I think he's got some hard cast loads.
Yeah,
so.
I've got some 255 grain hard cast from Underwood, and then I got some hand loads that are 200 grain hard cast. I got both of those in videos already on my channel. Yeah.
And then at that, you know, we're gonna do the chronograph, and then we're gonna do the water bottles, and we're also gonna do, I gotta do some bear bone. We're gonna go through actual grizzly bear fur and bone too with each of the rounds. So yeah, see what happens.
Chuke's 10mm Glock 20. All right, it's got a really nice one. He's got the OD frame. I love it. All right, we're going to shoot it through the chronograph here. We're about 10 feet. We're at about 1,500 to 2,000 feet elevation. The temperature's right around 40 degrees, 35 to 40 degrees. It's kind of chilly out here this morning. All right, warm for Alaska though. We're going to shoot it through the chronograph here. We're going to try to get a 3-shot average. It's Extreme Penetrator plus P stuff is expensive. Wow, that actually did really, really well.
What's the numbers?
I'm really impressed with it, and that is extremely fast. I don't know if the 45 Super is going to win this. We're going to shoot the 45 Super. It's got a longer barrel. I've shot this ammo before. This is the 200 grain hard cast sled semi-wide cutter. My friend Mario loaded up for me. All right, I have a 6.61 inch barrel, so I'm going to get more velocity in what the loading manuals and what the boxes say. I've done that a lot with this gun. All right, but definitely 45 Super. It's not going to go as fast as that 10mm. All right, but it's carrying a 200 grain hard cast. I got an error. 1350. 1361. Let me get it. One more of these. Load it in there so we have a 3-shot average. Don't know how I got an error. 1350. So 1350, a little slower than what it has been. It might be the cool air. I've actually gotten almost 1400 out of those before. So the higher elevation, cooler air, higher humidity today might be making it go a little slower. It shouldn't be that much though. Definitely 45 Super. A little less recoil with the compensator and a little less flash perceived to the shooter. But 10mm shot nice and it was really fast. So I got 45 Super 255 grain hard cast Underwood ammo. This is 45 Super. These were going nearly 1,200 on my very first gun video, so check that out. It's on my other channel, Boss Custom Music Writing. I do classical music writing as well. Here we go, 255 grain Underwood ammo. 1153. 1125. 1136. Wow, it's It's going really slower. Maybe it's the compensator too. I had put the compensator on and I haven't tested the ballistics too, so could be that too. All right.
All right, guys. Well, you saw we did the test with the chronometer, and Chuck here from Alaskan Ballistics is going to talk about some of the findings we came up with 10mm versus 45 Super.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chuck with Alaskan Ballistics. I'm just going to talk about the really similar ballistic rounds of 10mm and 45 Super. 45 Super, my hard cast 200 grain, had an average muzzle velocity of 1353 feet per second, and that gave it 813 pounds of energy. Those were some hand loads that a buddy did for me, great hand loads, and I've actually gotten a little bit faster out of them before in different weather conditions and different modifications to the gun at the time, so we definitely could get a little bit more out of those, but the 813 foot-pounds of energy tops the charts of the things we shot today. And so 813, that's getting almost 460 Roland type ballistics. And then the 45 Super 255 grain got an average of 1138 feet per second, so 1,138 feet per second. We got 733.47 foot-pounds of energy out of that, so 733. And that was actually the lowest foot-pounds of energy we got today. So the 10mm was right in between the two loads that we shot in the 45 Super. We didn't really do apples to apples. He didn't have the barrel in there to really shoot hard cast in his 10mm, because you don't want to do that in a Glock. All right, check out my video on that on my channel, by the way. But his 10mm, 140 grain extreme penetrators, he got 1564 and a third feet per second. So 1564.33 feet per second. That gets 760.92 foot-pounds of energy. So 761 foot-pounds of energy. I'd say they're ballistically pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. I mean, right in there with each other. It just depends on if you want a fatter bullet moving slightly slower or you want a lighter bullet moving slightly faster, and which one's going to do it. Again, I think the grizzly bear loses in this battle.
Yeah, if we had to pick a winner, I think, or a loser, the grizzly bear would be the loser.
The grizzly bear would be the loser.
So Chuck's the ballistic expert, and I'm the expert in smashing bear skulls. So tune in for part 2. We've just uploaded it right now onto Chuck's channel, Alaskan Ballistics, where we're going to do some real-world tests on some grizzly bear bone and fur and some water jugs with these same guns to see who we think wins. So thanks, guys.
Make sure you like and subscribe to both channels.